Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Gurunatha, and today in this video we are going to talk about how to do the SSIS package scheduling from the SQL Server agent. Yes friends, so today we are going to see a live example of SSIS package running or scheduling through the SQL Server agent. So before we get started, I request that please watch the video completely, and if you really like this video, give us a big thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel because your one like and one subscribe really motivate us to create more technical videos on MSBI. Now, without wasting any time, let's get started with today's video. So before I say that we need to schedule our package through the SQL Server agent, the first and foremost step is that our package should be deployed to the production server. Yes friends, our package should be available in our integration services catalog before we schedule our package via SQL Server agent. So this is the first and foremost step. So please check that if your package is being deployed to the integration services catalog or not. So we can see that I have my package here, that is my ETL project, and under that I have a package here called package.dtsx. So this is the project I have already there in my integration services catalog. So friends, let me just show you my ETL project here. So to open my ETL project, let me just open up my Visual Studio here. So you can see that. So here we go. This is my ETL project friends. You can see that in the Solution Explorer ETL project with the package name called package.dtsx. And in the package.dtsx, you can see that some components here, that is execute SQL task, which does nothing but just truncate the existing table where the data is going to load it. And after that we have a for loop container here which extracts the multiple folder and pass on that each folder to the for each loop here. And then we have a for each loop container here, and this container extracts all the file present in the folder. And depending on the extension, if it is a CSV extension or an Excel file extension, it will pass on the each file to the respective data flow task. And you can see the data flow task here. This is the data flow task for the CSV file or a flat file text file, you can say that. And you can see that we did some data type conversion here, and we also derived some column, that is the USD amount, and we changed the customer name to the uppercase here, and we logged the error in the flat file destination, you can see that. And depending on some condition, we have split the data, that is the depending on the product purchase amount, we split the data into the gold customer, silver customer and bronze customer. And finally, to get the single output, we use the union all component here. And finally, when we got the single output, we loaded the data to the SQL Server data warehouse by using the ADO.NET destination component. This is the same program present in the Excel task also. Only the change is that here we have the Excel source here instead of the flat file text source. The same program is there here also. So this is the program what we have in our package.dtsx, and this package.dtsx we have deployed to the integration services catalog here. You can see that. Now, how to do the deployment? That is the another task. So for that, I have created the separate video for package deployment. You can get that video in the description box below of this video. So I request that in case if you are new to the package deployment, then watch that video. Then after you successfully do the deployment to the integration services catalog, then you watch this video of scheduling the SSIS package through the SQL Server agent. So it is must that your package should be deployed to the integration services catalog before you start scheduling your SSIS package via SQL Server agent. So find the package deployment video in the below description box. So let's get started now. Now in order to schedule our SSIS package through the SQL Server agent, the first and foremost step is that our SQL Server agent should be enabled here. As you can see that our SQL Server agent is in a disable mode. So now first we need to enable this, then after that we need to create a scheduling job here. So let's enable that first. So for that I will say start here. So you can see that my SQL Server agent is getting enabled here. So it is asking me that whether I want to start the SQL Server agent on the desktop. Yes, I want to start. So you can see that it is attempting to start the server here. So as you can see that my SQL Server agent has been successfully enabled here. Now before I go to the jobs here and create a new scheduling job here in the SQL Server agent, let me first go and check my SQL Server table here. I want to see whether I have some data or not in the TBill customer. So let me first check that. So there you go. You can see friends, I don't have any data over here right now. And you can see the time over here is 2:40 AM here, right? So what I will do, I will go to my jobs here and I will say right click on the job, right click, and I will say new job. And let me give a job name here, that is ETL project job. Okay, the owner is my computer only, the category is uncategorized, the description is optional. You can give any description here. Now let me go to the steps here. You can see that on the left hand side of top menu. Let's go to the steps now. And I will click on a new button over here. You can see that. So I will say new button to create a new steps here. Okay. So let me give the step name like ETL project steps. And the type is SQL Server Integration Services Package. So I will select that. Run as SQL Server Agent Service Account. Now let me select the server name. So I will say server name. To get the server name, let's go to the database engine, copy this, cancel, come over here and let's give the server name. That's it. Now let's go and browse the package here from the SSIS DB. First deployment, ETL project, package.dtsx. I will say OK here. Now I will go to the configuration tab and let me go to the advanced here because my project is running in 32-bit. You can see here. Let me just show you in the properties and you can see that my project is not running in 64-bit runtime, right? Means it is running on 32-bit runtime. So that's why I have selected a 32-bit runtime over here. So I will say check 32-bit runtime and I will say OK here. That's it. Now I will go to the schedules here and I will create a new schedule here. Yes, I will say ETL project schedule. That's it. The schedule type is recurring. No, I don't want that. I just want one time scheduling. And the time right now is 2:42 AM. Yes, now it is 2:43 AM basically. Yes, you can see that. So what time I should give? I will give like 2:44 AM and 30 seconds. I will say OK here and I will say OK here. That's it. And by the moment I said OK here, you can see that my ETL project job has been created here. Now let me first check the data here. So let's wait for 2:44 AM now. So it is 2:44 AM, 19 seconds, and our job is at 2:44 AM 30 seconds. So on 30 seconds it will run automatically. So let's wait now. So there you go, we have crossed our 30 seconds. For more 10 seconds, yes, now it is 40 seconds. Now what I will do, I will check whether the data has came here or not. So as you can see friends, our data has been loaded here successfully. It means our package has ran successfully here via the SQL Server agent here, right? So friends, this is how you can schedule your package via the SQL Server agent, and you can run your program automatically at your scheduling time. I hope that you like this video, and if you find it useful, then give us a big thumbs up. And in case if you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel, because your one like and one subscribe keep us motivated to create more technical videos on MSBI. So thank you very much friends for watching this video. See you on our next video. Thank you.